Okay, so for now what we know is we have a supply. So we have S1, S2, S3, and then we have demand points D1, D2, D3. So these are supply points. Then what is the supply that they are applying? We'll write it here. So we'll have supply here. We'll have demand here. Okay, so we have demand here. Then let us see and just have it like this. Okay, so we have the matrix which is called transportation matrix, can be given like this, where you have, let us take one example. Let us say this is 20, this is 30, and this is 40. Random example, I am just taking it. So let us say that we have 40, 35, 25, and 20. Now, if you sum this up, let us sum them up. So what we get here is 20 plus 25 is 45, 40 plus 35 is 80, 80 plus 40, 120, isn't it? 35 plus 40, 25 is 60, 40, 120. Okay, correct. And here what we have is 20 plus 30 is 50, 50 plus 20, 40 is 90. This type of problem where hello, I think there is some problem with the internet connection. So if my voice is not clear, let me know. Okay. When the summation in this type of a problem, when the summation of supply is not equal to summation of demand, what do we call this problem? What do we call this
Unbalanced
problem?
problem.
Exactly. This is called unbalanced problem. We have unbalanced problem. Last class, what we did was we had summation of supply equal to summation of demand. This was known as balanced problem, isn't it? So we had one balanced problem, one called unbalanced problem. So if you see this is an unbalanced problem. Okay, now how to solve this kind of a problem? We have not written any values here. We'll write values later. Okay, let me just write the steps. So step one in any transportation problem, first is to find whether problem is balanced or not. Okay, so we say the problem is balanced if yes, to find feasible solution. Okay, if no, find supply, or rather I should write summation of supply minus summation of demand. Okay, we have to do this. So supply for this particular problem, let us say that is 90 minus 120. So we have minus 30. Okay, Now, if summation of supply minus summation of demand is greater than equal to 0, if summation of supply minus summation of, sorry, let me just rub this. Okay, let's rub this. So if the summation is greater than 0, what does this mean? This means that supply is more and demand is less, isn't it? Students, isn't it? If the summation of S is minus summation of D is greater than 0, this means supply is more and demand is less. Very layman conclusion, isn't it? So add one demand point with cost of transportation equal to 0. This is called dummy demand point. Okay. Now our problem does not fit in this. So our problem fit in else if summation of S minus summation of D less than 0, then add supply point with cost of transportation equal to 0. This is called dummy supply point. Okay, any doubts in this? So what we will do here, we will add one more supply point. So let me just draw it again. So what we have here is supply points. Here we have demand points. So we already had demand points D1, D2, D3 and D4. So the demand points was 40, 35, 25 and 20. So let me just write them first. So I'm going to write S1 here, S2, S3 and then SD. What is this SD? SD is my dummy point. Okay, dummy supply point. Okay, so we have demand points D1, D2, D3 and D4. D1 was 45, 35, 45 or 40. This is the problem, students. If I have to scroll up and down again and again. So if you are writing, just tell me the values. Okay, so 40, 35, then this is 25 and this
25,
is 20, I think.
20. Yes.
Okay, and just tell me the values here.
20, 30 and
supply
40.
values. Okay, supply points is 20, 30,
30, 40.
and 40. Now what about the supply of the dummy? What will be the value for supply of dummy? Supply of dummy will be equal to the summation of supply minus summation of demand. So that will be equal to 30, because this is the deficiency which is available in the supply for the demand, isn't it?
Sir, I didn't get
Correct or
summation
not?
of which supply, sir?
You see here,
Okay.
hello.
Yes.
So the value is 90 minus 20. What is the imbalance? Imbalance is
30.
120 minus 90. So 30 is the
Yes.
imbalance. So for that 30, we are creating a balance. Okay.
Okay, the remaining one.
So we'll add a supply point of 30. Okay. Whatever is the remaining.
Okay.
Now, let us assume that the case may be different. If the case is just inverse, let me just take one more example. If this is clear, then we'll go to next. So the summation will again become 120 for both. So this unbalanced problem will now become
Balanced.
correct, balanced. Okay. So now if
Sir,
I move to one more example, yeah.
if the problem is balanced, then we need to proceed with feasible solution, sir.
Yes, yes. Then we'll proceed with the same solution, that is a northwest corner method or LCM method or Vogel's approximation method.
Then the cost, sir, cost of transportation would be zero for that row.
Yes, for all this, the cost of transportation will be zero. Here, say some value will be C11, C12, C13, C14, and so on. But here we
Okay.
will write 0, 0, 0, 0. Why we are writing this 0? Because in actual practice, we do not have this 30 products that we can transfer. So if we are not transferring anything, the cost would be, what will be the cost? 0,
Okay.
isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Move to imbalance. That is when you have imbalance in the demand. Say for example, अरे बार बार मेरा वो खत्म हो जा रहा है सर राजू को एक बार बोलिए ना अगर वाईफाई चेक करे हेलो हेलो स्टूडेंट्स एम आई ऑडिबल स्टूडेंट्स एम आई ऑडिबल
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
okay sorry there is some problem with the internet connection today my phone is getting disconnected again and again so let me just write values so for supply now I am writing S and demand I am writing T should I write all those things or is it okay to understand is it okay okay so let us write here supply demand now what we have here is say the supply is 30 50 and 70 but the demand here is 50 30 and 50 so if I sum up them then what I get here is this is 150 but here it is 50 plus
130.
50 is 100 plus 130 now the case is summation of S minus summation of D is greater than 0 isn't it that is 150 minus 130 So that is equal to 20. So what we will do in this case is, we will simply have S1, S2, S3, and here we have, since these are fixed, we can write D1, D2, D3, and DD. What is DD? DD is my dummy demand.
Dummy demand.
Now why I have added dummy demand? Because the supply is more and demand is less. So demand is 50, 30, 50. So demand will be 20.
But demand
Here
is
it
more.
will be, demand is less. See, demand is less. Demand is 130. Supply is 150. In the previous case, demand was more. See, in the previous case, demand was more, 120, and supply was 90. But here in this case, it is 130. Supply is 150.
Supply is more,
Okay.
demand is less.
Supply is more, demand is less. Okay. Since demand is less, we will include a dummy demand. With the remaining, whatever is the deficiency, we will make it equal. Okay. So now the summation will be 150, isn't it? 30, 50, 70. Cost of transportation here will be 0, 0, 0. So this also becomes what does it become? Balanced problem. So this was unbalanced. So we have converted this unbalanced to balanced problem. Is it clear, students? Very simple thing. Any problems in this?
No, sir.
Okay, I hope this is done. Then let us just take one example. So in the next class, we'll start with the modified distribution method, which is known as Modi method. So let me just take one example quickly so that we can. So see, there is this problem. We have this problem. A company has 4 warehouses. Is it visible, students? Or should I zoom it some? Something must be there to zoom it. I think then I think now it is visible. Is it visible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So now we can read the problem. I have taken this problem from one of the books, which is J.K. Sharma, Operation Research by J.K. Sharma. I'll share the book with you people. And I think I also promised you that we'll share some problems, but I was not able to do it. So today I'll try and share some practice problems with you. How many of you have attempted the mock test 1? Is there any problem with mock test 1? Actually, I have not got time to check the submissions. So today I'll check the submissions also. So next class we'll discuss about the submissions also. Okay, anyhow, let us see a company has 4 warehouses A, B, C, and D. It is required to deliver the product from these warehouses to 3 customers A, B, and C. See, sometimes there may be a problem like this. The same names they can use, small ABC for warehouses and customers as capital ABC. So earlier what we discussed is we had a company, and the company has a say a factory, and from the factory to warehouse they are transporting. Now this is somewhat other end. The from the warehouse they are sending it to the customers or the retailers. Okay, so from warehouse it is going to retailers. Now the warehouse have the following amounts of stock. So they have some certain stock. So they, what is the stock? The stock is 15, 16, 12, 13, and the customer requirements are 18, 20, and 18. So let us just see. 15 plus 16 is 31, 31 plus 12 is 43, 43 plus 13 is 56. Okay. Okay. Is it correct? Then let us check this. 18 plus 18 is 36, 36 plus 20 is 56. So what kind of a problem is this?
Balanced problem.
Balanced problem. Very good. So the table shows the cost of transporting from one unit from warehouse to customer. So these are the transportation costs. Okay. So what we need to do here is simply we need to, in this table we will simply add one column, and in the column we will hello. Okay, so
Yes, sir.
now again we will add here demand, one row which is called demand. So demand we will add, column we will add. So this is 18, this is 20, this is 18, and what are the demands? 15, 16, 12, 13. So 15, 16, 12, 13. Total is 56. Correct? So this is balanced problem. Any doubts in this?
No, sir.
Any problems up to this point? No, then let us just go to northwest corner method first. I am all the three. So let us go west corner method. The first is most column. This is my allocation. कनेक्शन कहाँ क्यों नीचे वाला हेलो स्टूडेंट्स am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Some problem with the hello, is it audible now, students?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sorry, there is some problem with the connection today. Okay, let me just write it here. So for northwest corner method, what we do is normalmost row and the leftmost column, isn't it? In this, what we see the supply and the demand. Demand is 15, supply is 18. How much I should allocate here? How much I should allocate? 15. So if I allocate 15, this will become 0. This will become 3. So this column will get eliminated. Then the topmost row is the same row. Leftmost column becomes this. So we will make an allocation here. Allocation will be 3 because 3 and 16. So I'll make this as 13. This will become 0. So the first row will get eliminated. Then we will see this column. So here we have to make allocation 20 and 13. So we will make it 13. This will become 0. This gets eliminated. We have now this column. So sorry, this will become also 7. Then we'll allocate here 7. This will become 0. This row will get eliminated. 7 gaya to isme bacha 5. Sorry. Then again here we will make an allocation 5. This will become 0. This gets eliminated. Here it becomes 13 becomes 0. This becomes 0. Here it becomes 13. So the cost of transportation now will be equal to, for cost of transportation, I said it earlier also, you can use Z, I am using T. I like cost of transportation to be written as T, so it becomes 8 into 15 plus 3 into 9 plus 11 into 13 plus 5 into 7 plus 7 into 5 plus 9 into 13. Please do the calculation and tell me the answer. Please tell me the answer.
So is it 477?
I don't know the answer. You have to calculate it. Actually, I have taken a unsolved problem.
I got 477.
So then it will be 477. Simple calculation.
Yes, sir. 477.
Correct. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I think the answer is 477. Everybody is getting 477. Students, please try yourself. Do not believe on Aditya. He may be correct or he may be wrong. Okay. Anyhow, Aditya may be correct only. So again, we are solving the same problem. Now this problem is to be solved with least cost method. Okay. Again, this will be supply. Here it will be demand. So demand is 15, 16, 12, 13. This is 18, 20, 18. Summation is 56. Okay. Now for the least cost method, again, see, this problem is good enough because if we see the least cost, what is the least cost? 8, 9, 6, 3. So 3 is the least. 6, 11, 5, 10, 3, 8, 7, 9. So least is 3. But again, we have a tie, isn't it? Here also it is 3. Here also it is 3. Then what to do? If there's a tie, what to do? If there's a tie, then we tend to use our pencil first. First thing is we are going to use pencil. So let me just shift my pen to pencil. Let us say this is the pencil. Okay. So when I move to pencil, what I'll do is I'll make a circle here and I'll make a circle here. Okay. Then what I'll do is I'll find the allocation that I can place here. So this is 13, this is 18. So maximum allocation that I can place here is 13. Again, I'll find the allocation that I can make here. This is 15 and this is 18. So I can make a maximum allocation of 15,
15.
isn't it?
Yes.
So which one is to be finalized? Which one is to be
15.
finalized? 15, where we can make the maximum allocation. So let us move back to our pen. So what we have here is we are going to finalize this. So it becomes 15. If it is 15, this becomes 0. If this becomes 0, I'll eliminate this. I'll cut this and make it 3. Correct? Any doubts in this? Any doubts, students? If not, then we'll again go with this. What is this method? This method is LCM. What is LCM? Least cost method. Okay. So if this is least cost method, what is the second least cost? This again 3 is the second least cost. Now why this is coming like this? Because both the 3's are in the different rows and different columns. If this 3 would have been here, okay, then we would have 18 and 20. Or if this 3 would have been here somewhere else, then we would have different values. So because they are in the same row, same column, we are going to use this to finalize. So if they finalize this 13, this becomes 5, this becomes 0. So we will eliminate this column. Correct? Any doubts? Then the least cost is 5. So in this 5, we will select this 20, 12. So this becomes 8. This becomes 0. So here it is 12. Any doubts? This gets eliminated. Then 8 is the minimum. For 8, we will allocate 3. Eliminating this row. Then we'll allocate at 9, 5. Eliminating this row. So once 3 is gone, it will become 13. 13 is gone, it will become 8. And the last we will allocate 8, making this as 0. So we have eliminated the last also. Okay. So what will be the cost of transportation? T will be equal to, now first row, 9 into 5. This is my method. I'm writing first row. You can write column wise also. This is up to you. Okay. No necessity of writing in the same manner I am writing. Okay. So plus 8 into 11 plus 5 into 12 plus 3 into 13 plus 8 into 3.
So 3 into 15, no, sir?
Oh, 15. Sorry.
3 into
15. So 3 into 15. Okay. Let us check. Rest of eliminate. Okay, so I think I made some mistake. I did some deleting. Let me just scroll it a little down. Okay. So what will be the total cost of transportation? 9 into 5 plus 3 into 13 plus 8 into 11 plus 5 into 12 plus 3 into 13 plus 3 into 15 plus 8 into 3. Correct? What is the total cost? Please calculate the cost and let me know.
$331, sir.
Okay, so the next cost is 331. See how the cost is reduced from 477 to 331. Let us take this last problem. What is the last method? Last method is
Vogel's approximation
Vogel's
method.
approximation method. For Vogel's approximation method, let us write here supply. This is 18, 20, 18. For demand, I am just writing D now. Let me write demand. So this is 15, 16, 12, 13. Total is 56. Okay. Now for Vogel's approximation, what we do is we write the differences, isn't it? We write differences here and we also write differences here. So for Vogel's approximation method, what we do is for the first row, we will select the least cost, that is 3, and second last least cost, that is 6. 3 minus 6 is 3. So penalty is 3. Then next is 5, 6. Penalty is
1.
Any doubts? Then next is 3 minus 7, 4. 3 minus 6, 3.
3.
9 minus 8, 1. 5 minus 6 minus 5, 1.
1. 3 minus
3
5,
minus 9 is
6.
6. So which is the maximum? This one is the maximum. So we select the maximum, select the least cost, and we apply the allocation. Allocation remains the same, 13, 18, which is the minimum, 13. So we will allocate 13. So making it 0. This becomes 3. Okay, eliminating this column. So if the column is eliminated, in the next time we will not calculate column. Okay, this remains the same, 1, 1, 3. Then this gets changed. So 6 minus 8 is 2. 6 minus 5 is 1. 3 minus 7 is 4. Okay. Which is maximum? 4. We will select 4.
4.
If we select 4, we will select this 3, make an allocation here. Allocation is 15. So this becomes 3, this becomes 0. We'll eliminate the column. So this is also eliminated. This becomes 1, 1. We are not going to calculate this. This will be dash. So again, we will calculate this. 6 minus 9 is 3. 5 minus 11 is 6. 7 minus 8 is 1, which is maximum. This is maximum. Okay. So if this is maximum, then we will select 5. In 5, we will make allocation. So allocation is 12. 0, making this as 8. This gets eliminated. Correct? So we will eliminate this. This will be 0, 1, dash, dash. Now here it will be 9, 11, 8. 11 is the maximum. So we will select this, making it as 8. Eliminating this as 0. This will become 8. This row will get eliminated. So next we will calculate again the differences. So differences will be 9 dash 8. Here difference will be 1 dash 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 9. So in the 9 we will make an allocation of 3. Isn't it? Making it as 0. Here it will be 13 plus 3 is 16. No, here it is not 6. Here it is 5. So we will make an allocation of 5 here. So allocation is allocation is 5. Here it is 3. I think almost the same allocation we have got for the above one. Is it correct? Is it correct, students?
Yes, sir.
That means in this problem, Vogel's and least cost method are giving the same answer. Okay. Any doubts in this? Any doubts?
No,
Any
sir.
doubts, students? I think the same answer will be here 377, huh? 331.
331, sir.
331 rupees. Okay. This is our transportation. Any problem up to this point?